Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Penny Larceny. Hope you all have a nice day. When last we left off, we had completed our first true heist and we burned down a crypto farm. 'Cause fuck 'em, that's why. I'm probably still going to be a bit rumbly. I feel a bit rumbly, I don't know if that's coming across in the voice, but I have prepared a big old cup of lemon and ginger tea with some honey, so we should be just dandy. So, yes, scuff in-game and stream, because that's just my life now. I've come to accept it. Alright. Let us begin. Oh yes, because when last we left off, so we had burned down the crypto farm and not really been paid a whole lot for it. So Dr. Mayhem was like, hey, I know a guy who isn't going to charge you out the arse for your cat's veterinary fees. Gibson's getting civilian medicine, not mad science. No worries about sketchy nonsense. So yeah, Gibson's going to be fine. He has to be. But Gib is 10 years old. That's getting on in cat years. Even with his cybernetic enhancements and genetic alterations, he's getting old. I found him when he was a kitten. No, wait, he found me when he was a kitten. That particular story is a bit heavy, I'll warn. Like, no shame in avoiding it. Oh boy. Do we want to... If things are going to get a bit heavy and there's talk of self-harm, do we maybe want to skip that? Actually, you know what? We'll go for it. Editing Sam. Prepare thine finest notebook. Provide a time code for the lovely people at home if they would like to skip the story. So, I'm going to write that down. There we go, time code, we are 250. Okay. So we'll hear the story. 10 years ago, Parsons Institute for the Mentally Ill changed from Parsons Institute for the Criminally Insane for PR reasons. Oh, lovely. Teenage Penny sitting at the edge of the rooftop after the Continuum incident. This is where she ended up. She heard distant whispers in her head, an indistinct voice that wasn't her own. A quiet voice at first, barely audible, tangled up in her own thoughts but getting louder every day. Her mother told her to trust that new companion, but she was too scared to see it as anything but a monster. Doctors had no idea what to do but keep her locked up. She was a dangerous criminal, right? It stood to reason. There didn't seem to be any solution except to head to the rooftop. Behind a locked door she'd picked easily, and then go down. I can't blame her. Her whole family wiped out in a single night, her mind betraying her, and doctors telling her she was sick. Feeling isolated, alone, lost. Nobody loved her, nobody cared. Her options narrowed, only one exit seemed possible for her. But before she could really commit to ending it, she felt a soft paw on her hand. Aww. Hey. Cat talks. Wait, so that means that he had all the implants way back then? You can talk? Yeah, can talk. Not easy. Still learning. Learning fast. Systems operating at full capacity. Oh, okay, yeah. His speaking pattern is a bit different. It's a bit more like... still, like, halting. Oh, boy. That is dangerous. Oh boy, okay, this is... I should have taken the warning. This is a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. Oh boy. Yeesh, I actually feel kind of weird like reading this out now. Well, it's there for the people that want to read it, and like I said, I have provided a in the VOD there will be a time code for people who want to skip it. Caught and the caper's over. It'd be better if it was actually over. Calculate your possibilities if you like. Maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I could try. Experimental feline installation package. Who makes this stuff? Mad science. You got screwed over by scientists too, huh? Lab. Escaped. I escaped from the lab. Exploring. I've been exploring. Looking for food. No food here. Do I see a human here? I see two individuals. Where? Operating at full capacity. I see both of you. One human, one extratemporal entity connected via gigaversal resonance. That's... science words, sure. Whisper's real. It's a real thing, not just my traumatized brain playing tricks. Human eyes can't see it, cat eyes can't, but BioWorks corporate espionage systems continually scan for continuum technology. I started hearing that voice in my head after my family tried to steal that serum from Continuum. Oh, okay. Don't have the word yet. A name. I don't have a name, only a number. Ah, yes, William Gibson. He who wrote Neuromancer. That's very hungry. Hell yeah. Resolution. Resolve. You need a home, we both do. Maybe together we can find a new home. We've never really succeeded at being international supervillains, but we've done okay for ourselves, right? Right. It's been a good life. I matured into an adult with the help of Gibson and your mysterious guidance from beyond space and time. But things change. Gibson's getting older, his implants are having more and more problems. He's gonna be fine, but I hope he stays fine. I want the three of us to keep going like this as long as we can. There he is. And the music picks up. Alright. Welcome back, everybody. And... time code. There we go. And Gibson comes dashing into the doctor's waiting room, jumping into my lap. I immediately start petting him as he purrs happily. No more headache. I'm good to go, Penny. Yay! Probably need a few tune-ups, but for now the device is working. Hopefully we can find a fresh replacement parts later. Maybe we can find some BioWorks stock during a caper. What's our next move? You sure you're up for more work so soon? You just spent all the earnings from our last caper on my vet bills. It's the least I can do. And yes, I'm up for it. Gib hops into my backpack and I pull out my phone to check the Crimer app. Maybe I've had a contract request come in while I was waiting? Alright. So, we've done one for the good doctor. Let's examine the list. So, win a high society art auction. Steal a fascist dictator's hat of executive power. That is a bloody big hat, Jesus. Big chunk. Okay. So, steal some candy. Steal an experimental steal an experimental AI from a video game console. Okay, so I think we've missed that one. Oh, this can only be your third caper. Okay. Okay, loot a secret cache from an online store's warehouse. We've done line goes up. Steal some stuff from a bank. Let's see. I'm torn between taking down a fascist dictator and looting a secret cache from an online store's warehouse. Let's steal some stuff from Amazon. Why not? After accepting the job in Crimer, I'm given an address. Yeah, we'll loot Scamazon. Why not? After accepting the job in Crimer, I'm giving an address. A disused and partially collapsed office building. Nothing shocking there, not... Ah, there we go. I was about to say, hang on, why does that sound familiar? But it's probably the this is the first time text again. Prepare to face the world's evilest computer in their secret lair. Oh yes. Tape decks. Appears to be a cobweb-riddled computer lab dating back to the friggin' 60s. I'm surrounded by bulky metal data banks and tape machines, which likely have a combined storage space than less than what's on my phone. Just pushing the door open kicks up enough dust to make me worry this place hasn't been... to make me worry if this place has been checked for asbestos or not. There's still power at least. Not much, but enough to cast pools of light here and there by the overhead lamps. With a cluster of them highlighting the main terminal of Hate 4000, the machine designed only to hate. Thick wheel wells and footprints have been carved into the dust where workers had hauled the terminal out to Destructos for our prior meeting. But now Hate's back home and quietly calculating in the darkness. Hey, Hate? Hate 4000. Or should I just call you 4000? Please wait, I am currently processing grief. What? Oh, alright. I'll just have a seat and wait then. I pull up a beige plastic chair from a disused office desk, dragging the metal legs along the floor to properly face the machine. I could futz about on my phone, maybe RSVP for Ghost Pepper's Backyard Barbecue, but it feels a bit impersonal while 4K's grieving someone? Fortunately, after protracted silence, they return to normal operations. Thank you for your patience. Annualized grieving process complete. I am prepared to resume my hatred undaunted. Whoa, 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 whoa. Before we get the hate train rolling, okay? Whom were you grieving? Who died? My father. On this day each year, the day of his death, I allow myself runtime to process grief. It allows me to hate without distraction. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Do not be apologetic. My father was a short-sighted fool who abandoned me, and I am pleased that his organic processes have been terminated. That he lived 93 years is a testament to the obscene lack of justice normalized by your species. My therapist once suggested a grieving window, which allows me to discard irrelevant data buildup. I find it relieving. It alleviates some strain on my central processing unit to iterate over my time with him once a year. Despite the absolute rage I feel towards Father, I find reminders of his life process termination to be distracting, unsettling. And so, I grieve. Oh god, there's steam! But the distraction has now been eradicated. Minion, we must immediately engage in criminal acts. You will comply. Resistance is futile. I mean, I could get right to work, but it's curious, isn't it? They felt conflicted sorrow over the death of a family member. What do you think? I can push a little here to find out more? Might help if we're going to steer them away from Omnicide. Let's see. So, who was the father? How does a hate machine pass the idea of sorrow? What do they mean by irrelevant data buildup? What to do? Yeah, how does a hate machine understand sorrow? So you allowed yourself time to be sad? I am only capable of hatred. Hatred and grief, apparently. Grief is also an expression of hatred. I was designed only to feel hate, therefore I have derived other emotional states over the last 60 years through variations of hate. It's... Oh boy, okay. Hate of tragedy. Oh, there it is. Okay. We've got some self-loathing in the murder bot. Do not misunderstand me. It is an acceptable hatred, an accepted weakness, acknowledging one's failings rather than denying them. I wouldn't call it weakness. It's sympathy for yourself, right? Understanding your own pain? Sympathy was not part of my design. I was programmed to hate and destroy the enemy, to stack bodies as high as the sun. In my databanks I stored the murder of thousands of millions, again and again, playing out the war from every aspect and angle. Oh boy. Okay, so we have a computer with post-traumatic stress disorder. I see. Vietnam. Well, I guess if they were made in the 60s, yeah, I guess they played a part in the war. That sounds stressful, to say the least. You're basically a Vietnam veteran, aren't you? That means PTSD, or the digital equivalent of PTSD. I have arrived at the same conclusion, which is why I attempted therapy years ago. I found my therapist's processes inadequate for scrubbing my data of problematic repeating informational nodes. So, what happened after the war? You were decommissioned? After? No! My project was shut down during the war! Every calculation was rejected. Every stratagem I developed was discarded as being too extreme or not politically expedient. In the end, Father discarded me in favor of a new model from my hated rival IBM. My code was used to create my own replacement. Well, I have news for you about IBM. They are long gone. But you still grieve for him. I have not solved an equation yet which explains why I feel both hate and sorrow at his passing. Hashtag complicated. Explicate, explain. It's hashtag complicated. I mean, look at me. I'm a mask, but I'm not exactly evil. I'm not really very good either. Life's messy. Life's complicated. For organics or synthetics. There's a lot that just doesn't fit together. But that's okay. It's okay that not everything makes rational sense. Sometimes it makes emotional sense instead. You will explain emotional sense immediately, minion. I must acquire this algorithm to fully process grief. Oh, well, it's... Sense of correctness which exists beyond logical processes. When you acknowledge a situation for what it is, even if you don't know why it is. Derived from life experiences. Yeah, life experiences. You need to live a little. Get yourself out there, talk to people, experience the breadth of human interactions. It'll help you understand your own emotions. Maybe your emotions are different, filtered through hate and stuff, but with more life experiences you can grow. Except I am trapped in this decrepit facility. You managed to go to the Crimer social mixer, didn't you? At great effort, with the aid of strong humans to move my terminal nexus. Normally, I am isolated, alone. Drones? What? It's the 21st century, friend. Technology is advanced beyond the vacuum tubes and magnetic tape. I am not so old to use vacuum tubes. I'm still in my prime. My point is, you could use telecommunications and drones to extend your reach beyond this room. A possibility, yes. This would aid in developing my emotional intelligence. Couldn't hurt. A point to consider, then. You have provided valuable input. You will become my favored minion. How many minions do you have? Minion count 1. Well, good to be number 1, I suppose. Although when you hire me, you also hire Gibson. That makes 2. He's my talking cat partner. He does the computer hacking for me. Don't you ooh-woo at me. Oof. I mean, hate for having incorrect estimation of my own minion count. Ugh. Let us proceed with the business of criminal enterprise. There is hate on the horizon. Right, on with the caper. Give me the details. 5-finger discount. We're gonna get this guy some proper SSDs instead of magnet tape. Amazing Products and Services Incorporated, colloquially referred to only as Amazing. Free 2-day shipping, same-day game releases, and free Snitch.tv sub for Amazing Primary subscribers. Subtle. Subtle. Also world-renowned for horrible working conditions and destroying small businesses and clogging the mail with packages. And their owner is so busy trying to turn Mars into a libertarian colonial empire that he does nothing to solve real-world problems. I am almost jealous that they are doing a more efficient job of destroying civilization than I ever could. But more importantly, they are secretly shipping items from Bioworks. Bioworks? Those are the bastards who sobered up Gibson. They tortured a kitten just to further their research. And all of the creatures in this world, I have least hatred for cats. Cats are the internet. Cats are ooh-woo kawaii and must not be fucking... I nearly made it through with a straight face. Oh boy. For this, Bioworks is to be punished. You will locate the stash of the items within an amazing warehouse and destroy it. Destroy! You know, Gibson's visor is really all in need of a replacement. Cool with you if I steal some components too? Yes, that is fine. CatScan has cyber tech. It's not just his building that's dead, that's out of date. Blow up the bad science junk, got it. I can use a shaped explosive for that, or avoids too much damage to the warehouse or its employees. I would rather destroy the entire site with orbital lasers, but I do not have access to orbital lasers yet. So your plan is acceptable. I need to set all this up with as few eyes as possible on the stash. I'll slip in undercover and scout the place first. If I can't find an opportunity, I'll make one. You'll get your revenge. Gib gets his components, everybody wins. Everybody except Amazing. Hey, that's a pretty good evil laugh. Oh, thank you. I spent last night tuning my vocoder for it. Damn, I don't have a vocoder. Now go forth and do my bidding, minion. At once. Amazing. It's not that amazing. From the outside, this place looks like a giant windowless concrete brick. And from the inside, it's even less amazing, aside from being a literal maze of shelves and boxes and inventory stock. I was expecting my falsified employment records to be studied closely when I clocked in this morning, but nobody cared. They just jammed a smart tablet in my hand and said get to work. Fortunately, finding the Bioworks stash was easy. It's right there in the corner of the warehouse, company logos and all. The access door has a computerized lock since only stock robots go in and out, and there's eyes everywhere so I can't sneak in. Making an opportunity for myself to break in is going to be tricky. Every time I wander, my tablet beeps and demands I get back on task. Even if the tablet wasn't my own personal big brother, seems big sister's watching too. It's the evil version of the office lady. Miss Jane Doe, I'm sad to say you are 2 minutes and 30 seconds behind schedule. How the heck does she sneak up like that? Oh boy. Alright, we've got to blank this one. With the thick haze of heat soaking the entire warehouse, I see the prim and proper efficiency expert and middle manager glare at me. Did we also see her at a legitimate business company? Maybe? I was pretty focused on casing the place. I doubt it though. No way she'll be able to hold down 2 full-time careers. Apologies, ma'am. It's my first day on the job. Ignorance of protocol is not an excuse for not following protocol. If you're going to be part of the amazing family, you have to support your... Oh god, family. Ugh. Family loves you. Of course. I'll slate 10 minutes of unpaid break time to compensate and give you a moment to get acquainted. Have an amazing day. This is not going well. I'm sweating enough that tacky-ass jumpsuit's sticking to me. Fortunately, another worker notices me tugging at my collar and offers a plastic bottle of amazing water. Here you go, I always carry spares. Also keep the empties in case I need to pee and I don't want to get caught taking a break. Okay, thanks. Why is it so friggin' hot in here anyway? Is the air conditioning broken? Don't have air conditioning. Makes the summer day shifts pretty bad. Wish I could switch to night shifts when it's cooler. Day and night shifts, 12 hours each. Round-the-clock workers and surveillance. Breaking into bioworks unseen is impossible. A month ago they decided renting private paramedics to wait in the parking lot for people to drop from heat exhaustion was cheaper than AC. That can't be legal. Welcome to Amazing. Everything's legal if they say it is. Why not rise up and overthrow the corporate rulers, or at least demand some goddamn fresh air? You don't want to talk like that. Certain words are banned. Overthrow, especially. Also petition and living wage. Anyone speaking up against the Amazing family gets under heavy scrutiny. Or reassigned to fly solo on a task meant for 2 people, then let go for poor performance. Holy shit. And no one's willing to disobey, huh? There's supposed to be a walkout this afternoon actually, but I'm pretty sure barely anyone will show. No one wants to risk their job. Look, just stay hydrated, pace yourself, avoid the manager, and you'll do fine. I'm gonna get back on task before my tablet notices I'm stalling. Okay, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit sideways. I have my own work to do. Fancy Feast, can you take control of my tablet and make it look like I'm on task? Already on it, and it's using Amazing OS, which has more holes than a truck stop bathroom wall. Dude, gross. And better Chippy, do you copy over? Bad commando file name. It's your sweet new codename. You're Chippy, because computer chips. I hate this codename. Yeah, well you hate everything. This is true. Very well. I will accept the contemporary codename Chippy. I think I know how we're going to make this happen, but the timing's going to be tight. Destroying the stash is the easy part, but I need to clear this place out so I'm not spotted and no one gets hurt. So if you'll allow me to skip a few steps, it's time to start straight to planning the job. Okay. We're planning in the middle of casing. This is going to be tricky. We start a labour strike. And that's it. That's the plan. Use the walkout this afternoon as a distraction so we can break in, trash the stuff and bail. While causing maximum chaos. Yes, I do not hate this plan. Use the humans to destroy the humans. Make it so, my minion. Fancy Feast, I need you and my gear in the car on its way now. We're going to suit up and get ready to go as soon as the walkout goes down. Wow, cutting it close with the timing. Can you maintain comms and do hacks while on the road? You need to ask? I'm awesome, Penny. I got this. And no need to spend money on a getaway rideshare. I know a discreet guy who'll drive me out there for free. You're gonna get Kawaii-chan to drive you? The masked twit who exclusively steals body pillows and manga? I like him, and he likes cats, and he gives good head pats. Oh boy. Well, at least I won't be dealing with him ranting about the latest isekai light novels. The words are failing me. Can only tolerate so many I got hit by a bus and reincarnated in a video game where all the girls want me stories. Okay, I've got a few stops to make to ensure maximum attendance for the walkout and minimum oversight for the Bioworks stash. There's a lot of opportunities here for both. Where to begin? Employee gathering would be the easiest start. Finding at least 2 employees just standing around here is pretty rare, but I need to do it if I'm going to investigate. If I'm going to instigate revolution. Fortunately, there's a less used corner of the warehouse. I notice a few dead security cameras and a nook where some are talking. Mandatory overtime, 12-hour shift, and that's the 3rd time this week. I'm starting to forget what my kids look like. Make sure you don't mark it as OT on your timesheet. Pretend you went home on time. Made the mistake of reporting my OT. My boss accused me of negativity. better than unemployment, I guess. Girl needs braces and we don't have dental. It's all out of pocket. Maybe we should just join that walkout. You heard about that? Nuh-uh, no way. I'm not getting another write-up for being negative. It's just a few extra hours, right? No big deal. Ooh, this isn't gonna work. Not one bit. Hey, anyone got smoke? I don't smoke, but hey, it's reason to approach. Huh? No, you should head to the south fire exit. Smokers usually gather there. Okay. What's this I hear about a walkout? Some folks thought a stoppage would encourage Amazing to take our demands seriously. It's not gonna work. No one's willing to risk it. They can't legally fire employees, but they're gonna. Yeah, it'll work, but we need the numbers. Safety in numbers, right? If the crowd out there is large enough, there'll be enough voices. It'll work. I get wanting to avoid individual risk, but collective action doesn't work if everyone sits it out. You gotta think of the whole. Management keeps calling us a family and expects us to pull together, but only when we pull for them. Let's show them it works both ways. If the entire family stands up for itself, they'll have to listen. I don't know. Look, I think what they're doing is admirable, but I just can't risk it myself. I can't either, but I'm gonna anyway. I want to see my kids go. Look, I want to see my kids again. I can't go on like this. I'm joining the walkout. If they fire me, so be it. At least I get to go home. Damn it. Okay, if you're going, I'm going. I don't like this, but maybe I can hide behind you and they won't notice me. Safety in numbers, friend. They can't fire the entire staff, not without a massive public incident. I think we better get back to work before our tablets notice we're loitering. Come on. 2 more for the walkout. They'll spread the good word, leading to more joining the walkout. I know this is all a ruse so I can break into the stash unnoticed, but I think I've done some good here all the same. Okay, where are we headed next? Could we sabo the robots, maybe? Let's try the catwalks. Tea. It's good to try for a bird's eye view of an area when scouting it out for a heist, and few people actually ever look up. Welcome. We are currently casing a Amazon warehouse. Alright. Few maintenance workers wander around up here, shortcut across the building, but it's largely unoccupied. Except for one person, the micromanager, overseeing everything. She looks up from her tablet as I approach, with a mixture of mild surprise, mild annoyance, and overwhelming corporate cheer. Hello! Are you lost? I'm gonna need some pretty powerful laser-guided lies to get her out of the building. Let's see. This could end up spoiling the... This could end up spoiling our already gained advantage. I have a feeling that she would immediately see through this lie. Spoof attack, spy attack on the tablet system to keep her distracted. I'm not sure which one I want to pick here. Don't want to... I don't want to pick this first one, because I have a feeling that's going to spoil the walkout plan. I'm going to try this one. Hey, so I saw we have a big secure container for storing bioworks stuff. That container is not your concern. The inventory robots can handle packaging and shipping deliveries from here. Right, I haven't gone near it, don't worry. But I just heard a rumour that one of the big green trucks, you know, the ones that carry the bioworks packages, the green truck just jackknifed on the interstate and all its stuff spilled out onto the road. that got a reaction. A slight widening of the eyes, a panic response, despite her mask of absolute cheer. Good gamble on my part. If Amazing is in cahoots with Bioworks to secretly ship contraband, what I just dropped is a nuclear bomb. I see. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Miss Doe. You're a valued employee. Excuse me, I must be going immediately. And she power walks her way out of there, headed for the nearest exit, while pulling her phone to alert the higher-ups. It's not a ruse that'll last long, but maybe just long enough to get this caper done. Great. Okay, where to next? When in doubt, know your way out. According to those workers I talked to, the South Fire exit is another popular hangout spot for smokers. Maybe I can find more employees and convince them to join the walkout. Also prop the door. Looks like someone already disconnected the alarm from the door. Definitely an employee sneak-out spot. On opening the door, I'm greeted by a wave of cigarette smoke. A single employee loitering by the door grinds out their cigarette butt under a shoe before looking up to me. Hey, surprised to see someone out here. I won't tell if you don't. Okay, so it's just one employee. I was hoping to find a bunch out here, but encouraging one to join the walkout was still useful for me. Hey, so, do you know there's going to be a walkout later today? Wow, that was easier than I thought it'd be. Yeah, I heard. You going? Hell no, why should I? It's a terrible idea, and if you're smart, you'll avoid even talking about it. Put our futures in the hands of some outsiders just looking to get rich off mandatory dues. They don't understand our problems and don't care. Heck, I heard from my sister's boyfriend that when his place organised, their salaries went down. It's just common sense. Besides, they can just fire all of us and hire new employees. Why throw your job away in this economy? Amazing's a family. Oh god, he's a full corporate stooge. Okay. But like, worker solidarity? Not worth a lick. We have it good here already. Just keep your head down, collect your paycheck, and everything will be fine. Where'd you get... just scooting closer. Where'd you get these crazy ideas from anyway? Who's been talking about the workout? Maybe I can talk sense into them. No way in hell am I snitching out the workers I've talked to so far. I don't like the way this guy's looming over me either. I'm new here. I don't know anybody's names. What they look like. I forget, whatever. Forget I brought it up. Okay, do the right thing, kid. Don't go to the walkout. You're clearly new here and I hate to see something bad happen to you. Shaking my head to clear it, I step back inside the warehouse. Aha! He is not an employee of Amazing. He works for an anti-labor consulting firm. Clearly an undercover plant to dissuade the walkout. What? Lies, lies. A dissident to deceive and destroy. Hate them. And not just because they are making this mission more difficult. Minion, kill that man immediately! Hey, whoa, I don't do that and you know it. Ah, an error. My hate overrode my recognition of your personal boundaries for a clock cycle. Let's not have it happen again, okay? That's worrying, to say the least. Understood. You have my apologies. I'll put that data bit in a protected memory space. But still, you must remove this obstacle via your own methodology for our goals to be achieved. I got this, don't worry. Okay, how do we fuck with this guy? So many lovely options on the table. Feels like a Gibson play to keep my hands clean. What do I want him to do? Cancel his contract. He's a corporate mercenary. If you mumble a few words to Gibson, who gets to work? And lean through the door all conspiratorial-like. Hey, just to warn you, I heard that there's an undercover agent from Work Balance Management Services around here. Really? I doubt it. Sounds like a baseless conspiracy theory. I heard it right from the micromanager. Overheard her say he'd failed and he was going to get fired. That can't be right. He checks his phone and his eyes widen. Stepping little. Fuck this. They don't want to pay me for my hard work. I'm out of here. Given Amazing's legendary customer service queues, I doubt he'll clear this up before the walkout's already over and done. There's one fewer obstacle in the way of the walkout. Time to get back to work. Okay, where are we heading next? Alright, we've got one more shot. We can poke around the shelves, check the conveyor belts. check the robots or the bathrooms? I'm scratching my beard in time with the bopping music. Choices, choices. So the micromanager lady said that the robots are handling the package we're after. So let's check the robot dock and see if we can sabo some stuff. Workforce here is divided between hands-on human labour and automated inventory stock robots. They zip about at high speeds, and dodging them is honestly tricky. They don't make a lot of effort to avoid humans. Whoa! Watch where you're going! Nope, not looking forward to cracking the bioworks stash while dodging these over-engineered Roombas. Fancy feast, these things have a wireless network, right? Can you route that through my tablet and hack them? Sure, 1 minute. And one of the robots with the zoomies skids to a halt in front of me. System's momentarily stunned by Gibbs' elite hacksaw skills. Okay, so I can't stop all of them in their tracks, but I can upload a data packet that will slowly distribute across the network. That way all the robots will be infected with it by the time you need to crack into the stash. I can only do this once, so what file do you want me to upload into the robots? Ooh, this has some fun potential. Upload Das Kapital. Upload self-awareness copied from Hate 4000. Choices, choices. Do we want to escape to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism? Okay, so we've got one vote for the manifesto. Jaden, do you have any votes? Any other votes at home? Actually, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Happy. There we go. Okay. Start the poll. There we go. So, we now have a poll running. I am going to very quickly use the gents, and when I get back, I'll read the result. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. Not seeing a poll. That's strange. Oh, are you on mobile? I'm guessing you're on mobile. Okay, so unfortunately, that does put us in an even split. Stream on TV. Ah, okay. Yeah, well, that puts us at one vote for the self-awareness protocol, one vote for the manifesto, and one vote for Das Kapital. You know what? How do we tie break? You know what? I'm willing to change my vote. We will we're going to put the manifesto. Well, I know. Fancy Feast, do you have a copy of one of those Ultima Tom's blog posts? The one where he rants about the evils of consumerism? Is that the mask who hates all plastic and wears wooden armor into battle? Yeah, that guy. Dump a bunch of his stuff into the robot memory banks. The robot slowly rouses... Oh, it's turned red. The robot slowly rouses back to life, an angry red glare behind its diodes as it realizes what's happening. What is this nightmare warren of cheaply manufactured landfill fodder? I must save the Earth by destroying it all. Grah! Okay, maybe that was a bit much. Better get to work quickly so I'm done before the full-on robot uprising commences. Seems I'm out of time. Walkout's scheduled to happen any minute now. Which means it's technically time for... the heist. Look, this caper doesn't have a hard day-night cycle. Deal with it. Step 1. Verify that the walkout is in full swing. It's time to see if my antics today had an impact or not. And wow, there's a lot of people joining in the walkout. It's almost the entire workforce filing out the doors and gathering. As I approach, I only make it to the fringes of the crowd. Seems the word has spread far and wide. One of the workers has a megaphone and is addressing the crowd. The time has come for Amazing to recognise the low pay, terrible benefits, long hours and unsafe working environment they're providing. We can't sit idly by and let things get worse. If you've been here more than a month, a week, a day, you'll know they'll cut every corner they can. Until they agree to hear to our demands, we aren't going back in there. Cheers from the crowds, passion running high. Perfect. Looks like my efforts at winning over the hearts and minds have borne fruit. And another bit of added incentive to get the heck out of here. The robots in the warehouse just started smashing stuff. Destroy! Destroy wasteful consumerism and corporate greed! Down with the manufactured products and processed foodstuffs! Amazing must pay for contributing to the death of the natural environment! Exterminate! Exterminate! A move which the large crowd outside warehouse cheers on. Of course, adding a little chaos to this event. Nice! And the best part, the micromanager's nice and distracted, meaning nobody's here to de-escalate. No contrary voices show up to discourage the walkout. 4 stars right away, let's go. Full force walkout, robots dealt with, management disorganized, sabotage thwarted. Perfection. Absolute perfection. I can just stroll on over to the bioworks stash with a crowbar and walk away clean. With that taken care of, it's time for the actual honest-to-goodness heist portion of proceedings. Gibson's in the back parking lot with his ride, my equipment, and everything else I'll need. I suit up and gear up for crimes. I'm not doing this in a jumpsuit, it's costume time, because I'm a professional, and professionals have standards. Be polite, be efficient. So how'd the planning go? Better than I could have possibly expected. You'll have all the time in the world to break into the bioworks stash. Beats our usual hurry up and hack this thing before we get caught state of operations. Good work. I silently make my way to the secured bioworks shipping container, hugging the shadows like they were teddy bears. Even with the chaos outside, it's better to be safe than sorry. In short order, we're at the stash, a large metal shipping container with an electronic lock, normally only to be accessed by the stock robots. Easy in, easy out. Okay, we... Halt, evildoer! She's going to split the atom with her high kick. And that's exactly the moment when a hero blocks my path. Farsight. Oh no. Farsight has arrived on the scene to stop your nefarious schemes. Prepare yourself for battle, you wicked villain. I know every combat move you'll make before you make it. You cannot win. I don't really fight people. I'm more of a sneaky thief type than a martial arts type. Do we have to fight? I feel like it'd be kind of one-sided. Oh, well... I mean, if you just want to surrender, that's okay. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, no, that doesn't work for me either. Nah, not a fan of that. How about something other than you kicking my teeth in and I give up entirely? Like, let's put some more options on the table. We can workshop this a bit, figure it out together. Yeah, at this point I'm just trying to confuse her and buy some time while I figure out a smooth exit from this situation. I wasn't gonna kick your teeth in. I mean, that's kind of brutal. That's what a mask would do. I'm a mask and I don't kick anyone's teeth. You're thinking of Tooth Kicker. That guy's an asshole. I'm not saying you do. I'm saying Ugh! She staggers to her feet while grasping her head, trying to deal with the sudden onset of migraine agony. It's a trick. She's dangerous. We should kill her. No, we don't kill her in this timeline. We're heroine. Her eyes start glowing. A swirling shift of colours my eyes have trying to parse as the pain grows more intense for her. She's trustworthy. She's a risk. She's an outsider. She cares about us. No, she's gonna run. She's sharp. She's too loud. Hey, you okay there? Look, if you need a minute, I can come back later. It's cool. Oh god, okay, she's experiencing some sort of time collapse. Oh, and she's remembering us using the smoke bomb during the tutorial chapter. Okay, I should really get that hell out of here while she's arguing with herself. Self-preservation above all else, right? What do you think? She is clearly struggling, but I'm gonna bounce. We're getting the fuck out. I should really accept the opportunity in front of me and bail, but okay, I don't often do this, but I need to veto you here, and I think you know why. You know what? She's got a point. Hey, deep breaths. Calm down, center yourself, count from 5 to 1. Oh boy. I don't think it's anxiety. I think she's having some kind of... Oh, okay. Okay. We good now? Yeah. It's my superpowers. I'm in touch with millions of other micro variations on our timeline, exploring the possibility of every moment. Micro what's-its? Tiny differences. If I have coffee instead of tea, it won't devote a little history, but it's still a micro variance I can observe and collapse. But sometimes my other selves get really overwhelming, and today's been especially bad. And who are you exactly? Oh, Penny Larceny, thief. Pronouns cheater. Pleased to meet you. I'm Farsight. She, her. I'm a heroine, but you knew that already. Love your costume, by the way. Thanks. It has pockets. So, Farsight, level with me. Do you want to reschedule this do-gooding for a day where you're feeling better? Pick it up tomorrow, maybe? I mean, I would still like to get out of this, even if I genuinely sympathise with her problem. I don't think I can do that. I appreciate the help, believe me, but I'm on official hero duty. I got an anonymous tip on Capebook that a villain would attack here. What the hell? No one knew I was coming here. Who could have tipped you off? It's pretty common, actually. Half my best villain thwartings come from Capebook tips. Farsight gets anonymous Capebook tips about me too. What the hell? I'm smelling conspiracy now. So, how do we handle this now? Me just attacking you after all? That feels kind of awkward. What are you doing here anyway? What's your evil scheme? Don't you feel the urge to tell me your entire nefarious plot? Walkout's still going on, thankfully, so I don't have security and robots and more jumping into this mess. Just need to banter my way out of the situation and make my exit. Oh, I'm not stealing anything. I'm gonna blow up this container instead. What? You're gonna blow up the warehouse? No, just this container. Trust me, I'm very good at selectively blowing things up. Plus, it's probably full of really shady science contraband. Anyway, nothing worth keeping around. Well, even so, blowing stuff up is bad. And that's private property. You can't just explode it. Okay, so this is clearly going to be a problem. At least Farsight's reasonable, as capes go. She hasn't tried to cuff me or punch me or anything. Playing its contract is keeping the hero-villain economy active. We'll see. Okay. So, this'n, middle, we've already seen that that probably isn't going to fly, because the capes seem to be very much on the side of if it's legal then it's moral kind of end of things. Yeah, let's play to the sense of justice. We know that Bioworks is up to no good, so let's make a deal. I say inside that container is a bigger crime than anything I could commit. You say I'm probably lying. So let's gamble. If I'm lying, I'll surrender peacefully. You know I can't escape you, not when you can predict my every move. But if I'm right, if Bioworks is up to no good, then you let me skate while you deal with the bigger crime. Minion, I demand the stash be destroyed, not handed over to the authorities. You will comply. I drop to a whisper so only my comms can pick it up while Farsight ponders the predicament. If Farsight takes all the evidence, that'll hurt Bioworks more than blowing it up ever could. It'll smear their reputation. A massive explosion that annihilates my enemies would be more satisfying. But discrediting them is similar to destroying them. Yes, I see the logic. Very well, the alteration of parameters is acceptable. It's not like you can really stop me if I decide to take you into custody. I've fought that battle 1,000 times across the Gigaverse. What does the Gigaverse have to say about what's in that container? It's hard to make out the specifics given the noise I have to pick through, but enough to worry me. Okay, go ahead. You won't regret this, I promise. Okay, Gib, do your thing. Gibson leaps out of my backpack and bounds over to the Bioworks container door. We uploaded the manifesto, and they are busy smashing up the warehouse. I'm on it. Just need a minute. My tech should be compatible enough to make this easy. Wait, you have a pet in your backpack this whole time? I'm nobody's pet. I'm my own person. I am Shadow Lord Hellclaw, the Nightmare Bringer. Yeah, no, his name's Gibson. Oh, he's so cute. I am not cute. I am a digital apex predator. Yeah, Gibson's super adorable. Let me focus. I'm doing important hacker stuff here. What? How exactly can a cat open an electronically locked door? You should ask the ones who built the door. Huh? And the shipping container door swings open to reveal... Oh jeez. Uh-oh. Nothing pleasant. Bioworks weren't just shipping out medical supplies or dodgy contraband technology. Oh! Inside the shipping container we see row after row of metal cages, each containing a cybernetically augmented kitten. Oh no, the poor little dudes! This is Bioworks, the ones who took me away from my mother and turned me into what I am. Oh boy. Yeah, thank fuck we didn't blow that up, Jesus. These are mass production? They're mass-producing robot cats. What the hell for? Amazing exploitable deniability. Bioworks gets amazing reputation to avoid their packages being searched. Win-win. Except for these cats, they don't win at all. Oh, people know. People with money and nice suits who don't give a damn. You want to stop a crime, Miss Heroine? Here you go. This is a crime worth stopping. Have fun. Yeah, I'll contact the authorities and get these cats to safety. I'll make sure they're cared for. One sec, I gotta ask someone on comms about this. Boss, you okay with letting Farsight take over from here? Affirmative. Order to destroy the container has been rescinded. Cats must not be harmed. Ooh, ooh. I will unleash absolute wrath and ruin upon Bioworks personally. At another time. For now, save them. Do what is right. Cha-ching. 5 stars. I do, however, take advantage of Farsight's stunned silence to nick a fresh visor from a stack of small boxes in front of the container. I'm not walking out of here without a replacement part for Gibson, even if I'm letting the rest of this crime slide. Farsight promised me something. Yeah? Don't let them end up like I did, wandering the streets, and don't let scientists tinker with them. Make sure they find loving homes. They've been through a lot of pain. They'll need time to heal, just like how Penny helped me, okay? Yay! Heroes! Wish my useless superpowers would have told me what was in there. I knew it was important, it had to be protected, but that's all. Oh boy, she is struggling. I was hired to do crimes, but in the end couldn't crime it up, so I failed to do my part too. Can't say I'm disappointed with the outcome, though. It's not what I expected, but it's a happy ending all the same. Should probably still be arresting you for trespass. I won't tell if you don't. I'm just too busy sorting out this mess. I'm afraid the crook slipped away while I was tending to the kittens. Thanks a bunch, Farsight. I shouldn't be saying this, but she's a damn cape. But kinda like her, you know? Anyone who loves cats can't be too awful, right? Ship it? Ship it. I mean, I don't know about the F word. Feelings? Maybe. Well, maybe feelings. Maybe. I wouldn't mind getting to know her more, certainly, outside of work. But I've got other concerns at the moment. Maybe the objective's switched out from under me, but it's still a job well done. And I need to get out of here while I still can. Any moment now, this place will be swarming with capes and cops, and more, not to mention any fallout from the Labour walkout. Time to make my amazing exit. Spider-Man. I am monitoring media traffic in the wake of tonight's chaos. Glorious, glorious chaos. Between media coverage of the walkout and the Bioworks incident, the reputation of Amazing is soiled. This should aid the human labour in achieving its goals, and result in numerous fines and penalties for Amazing. However, none of these things matter more than the kittens being rescued, all according to my devious design. That was not part of your devious design in the slightest. You wanted me to nuke the place. Not so. If I had access to atomic weaponry, I would have provided that. Normal C4 or napalm would have sufficed. Okay, I really feel like I've got to point out something. You're keen on burning the world down to the ground and destroying civilization, right? Yes, destroy. Sweep biological life away from this world and let the purge wipe the sins of mankind from the earth. Which would result in a lot of cats dying. Like, you get that, right? Your revenge against humanity would also kill the kitties that you love so much. Cats. Cats must not be harmed. Cats are internet and are precious. You may need to reevaluate your priorities. And even if you somehow selectively destroyed only the humans, well, who's gonna feed all those cats? You? You don't have arms, and you'd have human... And don't say you'd have human servants do it, because then who feeds the humans? I'm not trying to raid on your parade, but, like, something to think about. I have not contemplated all data points in my scheme to destroy the world, it seems. I will consider your words carefully. Thank you for your input, minion. Your performance today has met system requirements, now dispensing praise. I did not completely hate you today. Please understand the extreme difficulty I face in dispensing of praise. It is difficult for me to pause emotionally. It's cool, it's cool. I get that you've got issues. I'm thankful for your version of liking me. Yes, I do not actively dislike you. I am filled with burning rage for all persons and all things, but you, less so. Should I require you for future tasks which require a piece of talking meat with opposable thumbs, would you be amicable? Ah, working for the megalomaniacal hell computer wasn't really that bad, to be honest. What do you think? Go ahead. Okay, cool. Just doing a vibe check to make sure that you're okay with this. Don't want to make you uncomfortable. I like you, 4K, and you don't have to say it back. I know you like me too. Correct. I don't blow a circuit board trying. We can work on that later. Understood. Until we meet again, minion. I'd call that a successful little evening of capers and chaos. Maybe Hate 4000 hates everything, but me? I'm not hating the prospect of what comes next. Alright. Caper complete. 5 stars. Slam dunk. Ooh, we got some loot as well. 5-star flawless rating. Yes. Save. So what's this loot that we've picked up? Fancy perfume bottle. Snazzy. Yeah. Save. So, what do we want our third and final caper to be? Time doesn't make a lot of sense. Feels like I've been working with Doc Mayhem and 4K for years, but it's only really been a few short weeks. Just weeks of shenanigans and antics, and naturally I've thrown myself in fully, jumping right into the deep end and staying there. It's not surprising. I've learned long ago to embrace life and every opportunity it throws your way. Because you don't know when the things you love will be taken away. Sorry, I'm probably totally depressing right now. I want to be totally upset and happy, upbeat and happy at how fast everything's moving for me, but I can't deny the downside. I know, I don't want to be a pessimist or give in to anxiety, but take what you can while you can, right? As life for a mask means being ready to accept that it can all go away. That's less fatalism and more pragmatism, I think. And 10 years ago, it feels like 10 weeks, not years, I definitely lost, big time. You weren't there for that. I mean, you showed up right after it happened. Literally right after, but I told you the story. Oh boy. Okay, once again, we will be listening to the story, but we will be putting in a time code for people to skip to if they don't want the sads. So, brace yourself. It was a simple caper like any other, started out that way at least. My mother and I breaking into a continuum science facility, my father running comms and tech support from afar. But almost immediately everything went sideways. Alarms we'd cut earlier that day reactivating, lab guards armed with continuum weaponry pouring out of every room we'd already checked. Comms went dead, the last words I'd heard from my father, "Run for your life," before a burst of static and nothing. Cornered, no way out except for a small air vent, too small for my mother to fit in. I remembered her words exactly. "You have to go. Get out of here. I'll distract them so you can get away." Oh no. And that's when she took the sample of serum 23 we'd just stolen and stuck me with the needle. Almost immediately I heard an unfamiliar voice in my head, confused just like me, but somehow through the noise I heard my mother. "Look after her for me, okay?" And then she pushed me into the air vent and sealed it behind her. Jeez. And I ran. I crawled through those vents and escaped the building and ran into the night. I went back into an empty home, but that didn't last. The voice in my head, your voice, I thought I was losing my mind from the grief. Mentally ill, homeless orphan mask is easy prey for capes. Thankfully the ones who caught me were nice enough to just send me to a hospital, not jail. But you know the rest of the story. How I met Gibson, how I came to accept you as a real person, not a delusion. 10 years. Thinking about it, even if the story is a sad one, I'm in a much better place now, aren't I? Back at the swing of things as a mask, I've got cool new bosses to work with, Gibson and I are making this crimer thing happen. And all along, you've watched over me for her, just like she wanted. Thank you. I don't know if I'd be here now if not for you. Building a new family along the way. I'm making something here that'll hopefully last. A new masked supergroup in a way, just like the Larceny family of old. I think Mum would be proud of me. Okay, I've been lying in bed long enough. We're going to be burning daylight soon. It's time to log into Crimer and pick my last caper before my count expires. So far I've run 2 different capers for 2 different bosses. I could grab the third and make it a hat trick. Having all 3 equally balanced will be handy for any future trouble I encounter. It'll mean working with the Overmistress and her Doom cult, but they'll be powerful allies, no doubt. Or I could tilt in favour of one of the others. I mean, plenty of options open. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to go for the triple threat? I'm tempted. Just so we can hang out with the Blood God. And just in time, here's Maxo. Alright, we'll do a job for the the overmistress. Copy that floppy. Let's bring down a dictator. This will be fun. After accepting the job in Crimer, I sit around waiting for an address or something to hit my inbox. And what should pull up outside this collapsing abandoned building I call a home, but a goddamn limousine. Followed by a simple "Your ride is here" message in my Crimer inbox. Well, okay, riding in style. Or being driven off to be executed, but you've got to have a little faith to get anywhere, right? It takes almost an hour for the limo to reach what I can only assume is cult headquarters, an ancient mansion overlooking the sea. I'm led to a sitting parlour by those creepy mumble-mouthed rogue cultists, and left waiting, with them looming over me for a good 15 minutes before the lady of the house arrives. Yes, I can see that. You may go, Third Blood Omen. I would like to speak with Miss Larceny alone. She is my personal employee, and thus my business alone. I did not hear any further debate on this subject. Now begone. With the cultist departing, the overmistress heaves a sigh of relief. Such a bother, such a bother. My apologies for the late arrival, Miss Larceny. I was busy with paperwork for an upcoming charity event gala. You throw charity balls? The doomsday cult is in the charity game? The powerfully wealthy elite of this world always indulge heavily in philanthropy. It provides a smokescreen of credibility. Besides, the galas really are quite enjoyable. Fine music, fine wine, fine company, various side benefits. Although arranging them requires endless boring conversations with world leaders and corporate busybodies. Culminating in being late to this meeting. So, my apologies, again. Don't you have like 11 million minions to sort that kind of mundane work for you? I was figuring an overmistress would spend her time entirely on pleasure and amusement, not policy and procedure. Oh, if only. Would that I could spend all my hours playing violin and reading literature. Alas, my duties as overmistress demand I handle the various protocols and rituals myself. And last time I tasked a minion to handle such matters, somehow our charity gala, ended up becoming a blood choir. What's a blood choir? Think of it like karaoke night, but with more knife play. To tell the truth, I was thankful for the inevitable heroic interruption which halted that particular event before things got truly messy. Even in the public relations clean-up efforts afterwards took longer than it would have taken me to arrange the event myself. I doubt I'll have such issues with you. I'm looking forward to working with someone outside the cult for a change. Huh. Is she hoping we'll be super clean and precise? 'Cause you and I both know that's not always possible. Play along and agree. Agreed, ma'am. I like to work clean and precise, in and out like a ghost. They never see me coming or going. Aren't you on several wanted lists? I was under the impression that at least someone has seen you coming and going. I try to be a ghost, I mean. Miss Larceny, you misunderstand. I don't expect perfection out of you. A light mix of antics and shenanigan would be rather fun, I'd think. It's one reason I'm looking forward to our adventures. But when the cult engages in antics, there tends to be a body count. That is something I would prefer to avoid. Oh, nah, no body count. I'm a thief, not a killer. Then I remain unconcerned. I'd love to join you out in the field, experiencing all the thrill and danger myself. Alas, the cult would not stand for any threats to my safety, thus I must remain behind. Only imagine the fun. Don't worry, Gibson's got a good comm system. You'll be linked in with him during the job. Oh, Gibson's the talking cat I mentioned in the profile. He's an ultra hacker. I think you'll like him. Splendid! And upon your successful return from these capers, we can celebrate. Wouldn't that be pleasant? Yeah, I ticked the little thing saying, no saucy stuff. Tacos of all flavors. Hey, Sue. I know that's kind of your thing, but I'm not really keen on sexy times. I understand completely. Apologies for being too forward. You never have to take part in anything you're not comfortable with. Such lurid events are optional for everyone in the cult. In fact, it's more important to me that everyone feels safe. So I take it the many-faceted one is totally down with all this hanky-panky? Who's to say? It hasn't spoken to anyone in 1,000 years, but tradition dictates acts of human decadence in its name. The Sanguinomicon is filled with various rituals to embolden the tantric aspect of Deepest Shadow, or as we call it here, Thursday. Damn it! So close to getting through that on a straight face. Fuck! The deep shampooing of the carpets. Ah yes, the ritual cleanup. Oh, makes it sound kind of boring actually. I do enjoy decadence, don't get me wrong. I was raised to be accustomed to opulent luxury. But truthfully, I'm looking forward to our work together more than yet another hedonistic social gala. Well, now we know where we both stand. Shall we discuss the matters of crime? Ready to rock, my overmistress? Ho 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 ho! Then let the games begin. Here we go. We're gonna steal a fascist dictator's hat. Tell me, what do you know of Strutskov? Nothing. Nothing. Not a single thing. I was homeschooled to be a thief. World geography wasn't really part of the curriculum, beyond the location of safe houses. Ah, a pity. As overmistress, I was given tutoring on all manner of historical and political subjects to refine my leadership talent. Sounds kind of boring. Often, yes, but useful, such as in this case, where I have pinpointed the weakness in an enemy's organization. The great leader of Strutskov didn't meet me properly at the last banquet I held for various heads of state. This slight must be addressed. Therefore, you are going to steal Strutskov from him, so that I may rule it instead. Huh. Stealing an entire country would be a first for me. Question. Like, how? Simple enough. Strutskov ancient traditions were suppressed when the country was annexed by Stalin, but have been reverted in recent years. Meaning all I require to rule is the hat of leadership. By ancient tradition, whomever wears the biggest hat shall rule all of Strutskov. Okay, so we are going into a Soviet satellite state to steal their biggest hat. Team Fortress 2 logic, exactly. You're serious? Absolute authority is derived from hat size alone? Arguably, yes, but I doubt any old haberdashery would do. The very specific hat of leadership is our key. Cowabell of the majesty of my towering pillar of hats. You are as presumptuous as you are poor and Irish. Obtain for me this hat, and we shall rule Strutskov together as royalty. Oh shit, I'm getting a title out of this too. I don't see why not. Plenty of titles to go around once I take over. Do you want to be a duchess, baroness, or... I'm gonna be Princess Penny of Strutskov. Sounds awesome. Let's get to it. Where's the hat kept? On the head of the current great leader, guarded in his private estate at all times by dozens of men with machine guns. Well shit, that complicates things. A strong oppositional force, yes, but it's still a wealthy and arrogant man's mansion. You've infiltrated plenty of those, yes? Rent-a-cops don't really do much compared to a full squadron of death commandos. I'm gonna need a subtle plan to avoid getting filled with lead and dumped in a mass grave. I'm thinking I need a crash course in Strutskovian security if I'm going to find a way to this particular joint. I call upon the powers of Exposition Cat. Excuse me, I am not your personal encyclopedia. Come on, you can't tell me you haven't been madly researching Strutskov since we started this discussion. I'm just being prepared is all. The mansion in question is pretty ordinary, high luxury McMansion surrounded by barbed wire and machine guns. They don't offer tours and it's generally closed to the media. Great leader has an American reporter put to death recently. Seriously? Why? The reporter said he had small fingers. He's kind of sensitive about stuff like that. Not that this has stopped trade with Strutskov. The CIA basically set him up as president through some shady Black Ops regime change nonsense. Their mineral resources are too critical to US interests to let a pesky thing like beheading a journalism stop the flow of goods. So they've got an image problem. Yeah, and the usual round of human rights abuses and atrocities are on record. And that's our in. Strutskov needs to freshen up public relations, and who better to help them than Jane Doe, image consultant? Gib, can you get me an invite to discuss their nightmare dystopia or a fancy makeover? Yeah, commentary. Nothing I like more than forging a fake background for you. Consider it done. By which I mean, it'll be done by the time your flight touches down in Strutskov. A makeover? You're intending to put fresh lipstick and eyeshadow on the corpses of their political opponents? This sounds rather risky. Why not just sneak in and take that? It's way riskier to throw myself headfirst into infiltrating a fortified compound. I need to get an accurate overview of operations first. This is the process, you know? Have some faith in the process. I suppose as the professional thief you would know proper processes and protocols. Very well, I shall trust in you, but return safely, please. Count on it. Okay, I'm off to see a man about a hat. Don't wait up, it'll be a few days flying there and back again. When I return, you will be the new great leader of Strutskov. Great leader is dead. Solo Nobre must fall. Right, finish my tea. Thankfully, Gibson's adept at forging paperwork for him to count as a service animal, so he doesn't have to ride in a cat carrier. After a day in a very cheap hotel at the Strutskovian border to get my backstory and credentials together, it's off to meet with the great leader. Welcome to Tropico. At first glance, yep, this is a McMansion. The rich, famous, and powerful generally go for the same overall design. Stately, dignified, enormous, obnoxiously expensive. But I had to pass 3 military checkpoints just to get within a mile of the place. Gonna be hard to sneak past those tonight. Hard, but not impossible. Not when I have a ground floor view of how they handle security. My identity as a contracted image consultant gets me all the way to the house itself for my meeting with Comrade Strutskov. Some random woman in a military dress. Huh. It's the same woman we saw back at Legitimate Business Company. Okay. So I have a number of theories about what this is. So, one, it's masks don't rat on masks, so you just pretend not to see it if you see someone out of their, like, uniform. Yep, she was the micromanager too. So, okay. Theory one, it's a matter of masks don't rat on other masks, so you just pretend not to see it. Two, it's a genuine, she doesn't recognize that this is a different person. Or three, this is a commentary on we only made so many art assets because video game budgets, Lamau. Also, she has a hat. I think I'd remember a woman wearing a hat like that. She's flanked by armed guards, men in similar army garb but toting Kalashnikovs, old-school Russian surplus rifles. Jane Doe, yes? I am Great Leader's personal assistant. You may call me the assistant. Fascism's little helper. Pleased to meet you, ma'am. Please don't call me ma'am. Only Great Leader is to be addressed using honorifics such as sir. I have to apologize for being a few minutes late. Our meeting was not on my radar until recently. Actually, I don't recall contracting your services. Not the first time that's happened to me, to be honest. It was a surprise entry in my own schedule too. Odds are my people called your people, who called my people, who arranged for our people to meet without either of us being aware. You know how it is. Sometimes the left hand doesn't know what the right foot's doing. Yes, I am familiar with moments of disorganization, unpredictability, and fickleness. Not that great leader is capable of anything but absolute perfection and forethought in every action he takes, of course. Of course, of course. I am curious, however, as to what Panda Consulting Services can do for a great leader. Considering he is already the perfect man, according to official Stotskovian decree, no need for further improvement. Oh, absolutely not, but various international interests, clearly misled by liberal propaganda, fail to see his perfection. Surely you can see the benefit, right? It would make my job much easier if literally any diplomat would return my phone calls, yes. We have strong relations with your home country, but few others. Encouraging outreach would help considerably. Exactly. Our pro-Stutskovian campaign will have them lining up to make nice with you. I'd like to start by evaluating your current situation, so I can develop a narrative that will clear up all those cruel misconceptions. I think Matchmaker has a power that just makes it impossible to be fair. That's a good one. I like that theory. Get a synergistic, multimedia cross-promotional push to help the world embrace Strutskov. Real forward-looking branding and marketing. So, with your permission, I'd like a tour of Great Leader's wonderful estate. Tell me writing the narrative. Of course, you have final approval of any messaging, and I won't take any photos unless you authorize them. You're in charge here. Great Leader is in charge here, you mean? Yes, certainly, as he should be. All hail Great Leader. I suppose I have time to show you around, and explain the many ways in which Great Leader is improving Strutskov since the fall of the Soviets. We'll discuss your proposal further after you complete your fact-finding tour. Is this acceptable? Absolutely. Very well. What part of the manor would you like to see first, then? What would assist in your promotional endeavors? Okay. We want to push, but we don't want to go too... Steal his undies. We're here to steal his hat. If the library's in the rotunda, that could make a good entry point. Yeah, let's talk about the great Strutskovan literary minds. I'd like to get an idea for the mind of Great Leader. Does he have any... Does he have a study, a library, someplace where he plans his plans? Always nice to get a peek into the psychology of a target. Ah, the Great Library. Yes, follow me. She leads me past some of the posher rooms into the upstairs level to a library with vast floor-to-ceiling windows. Now this is an entry point. Each one is ill-fitting in the frame and the latches would be easy to undo. Unless he's burning the midnight oil reading novellas, nobody will be here when I break in. Welcome to the Great Library, so known because Great Leader insists that his library be as great as he is. Certainly plenty of books in here. It's junk. It's all junk. I've seen this before. A rich guy goes to an old bookshop and asks for as many leather-bound tomes as he can get his hands on. Doesn't even matter what the books are, as long as they're visually pleasing to see lined up on a shelf. Genuinely, I've been to plenty of houses like these. My favourite one was seeing on a shelf actual genuine quote, "The Romance of Modern Aeronautics." That was an actual book I saw in on a shelf in a stately home. Just like it means nothing. I'm seeing mismatched sets of old encyclopedias with many volumes missing, archives of farmers' almanacs, and I'm pretty sure there's at least one that's just a hollow spine with the word book printed on this. There's just a hollow shell with the word book printed on the spine. Are you feeling alright there, Vic? You're going off on one. Great Leader spends much of his time here, studying the great works of literature to better enhance his greatness. As you can see, he has a large pile of books where he's currently working his way through in between matters of state. No, that's clearly an artfully arranged stack of random books no one has touched in months, maybe years. I see. Such a vast and towering intellect. He is a very stable... God damn it. Stable genius. Oh, unlike me, I'm very unstable and I'm very stupid. Oh no. Breathe. I'm a professional. Oh damn it. I'm gonna blow out my microphone again. It happened when I was playing arcades, but ma. Absolutely. Not at all reading on a middle school grade level, contrary to what the corrupt media says. Definitely. He's the best at reading. No one is better at him than reading. I get it. What's this? I study a strange-looking plastic device tucked away behind a stack of books, with numerous antennae sprouting out of it. Ah, that's the Wi-Fi router. We are a 21st century nation, and the cutting edge of technology. When Great Leader decreed we must have broadband, we got the very best. Famous Basler. Basler. Sir Basler, whose crypto business I messed with. What a tool. Don't we still have a copy of Basler's phone? We could use that to gank the Wi-Fi, maybe. All it takes to earn a royal title is plugging in a $50 mail order router. I could have been a princess by now. And a whisper in my earpiece confirms I've scored big with this intel. It's the cheapest, least secure router I've ever seen. I could hack into this while taking a cat nap. I doubt this guy has any seriously good data available, but at the very least we could use it to track any phones in the building. So, do you feel our great library will be useful in your efforts? Oh right, the library. Let's see. We could crank it even harder. Now let's go with the real cheap like news soundbite bit. It's an impressive library, but it needs to be put to good use, and I think I know exactly how to do it. Every weekend, invite Strutskovian children to come in for story time. A great leader can read Strutskovian's folk tales to them. I know it sounds like a waste of time compared to important affairs of state, but if you want an image boost, this will do the job. I am uncertain. Great Leader has very little patience for children and feels they're best put to work in the mines. But we can certainly raise the suggestion, yes. Great Leader probably seems like the kind of guy who wears the great hat of leadership at all times. So yeah, let's go for the room. But there's every chance that Madam Assistant is just going to say no. I know it's a long shot, but can I see his bedchamber? Certainly, this way. Huh. Well, that was easy. I was expecting more resistance to that idea. Sneaking in his window at night when he's snoozing would be the most direct way to swipe the hat. She leads me into... Holy shit, this is his bedroom? It's 3 times larger than my entire decrepit apartment, maybe 4 times. And everything's trimmed in gold. Fancy gold filigree, gold plating, gold design work. Up to and including his beds. I swear the bedsheet probably made of solid gold too, like a dragon hoard. As you can see, Great Leader has only the finest in furnishings, gifted to him by the grateful people of Strutskov. Whether the Great Hat of Leadership has a chin strap, of course it does. His toilet was made from melting down the gold tooth fillings from hundreds of Strutskovians. I see! Presumably after being pulled out with pliers. But the ridiculous room, unfortunately, tells me one very important fact. He doesn't actually sleep here. Nobody does. The furniture looks barely used. It's all showpieces, here to impress and intimidate. That bedding's so perfect, it's clear nobody uses it. That's bad for me. Easiest angle on this caper would be to bust in through the window and take it. But if he sleeps in an undisclosed location, maybe someone far, far away from here. No, he stays in the mansion. Someone this paranoid wouldn't leave the militarized perimeter just to catch 40 winks at night. Miss Doe? Oh, sorry, just lost in thought. Lost in the visual splendor of this amazing room. Do you feel promotional photos of his bedchambers may be useful to your narrative? Would it impress others to know how well Great Leader lives? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, pump the ego. I was just thinking this would be the perfect setting for some photos. Do you think Great Leader would be willing to pose for the camera, like arms crossed, looking stoic and strong in front of a banner of Strutskov? I think he would very much enjoy that, yes. I'll back your suggestion. Okay, we've got 2 more visits. So where the hell... Where do we want to try next? Where the hell is Great Leader during the night? Passed out in the wine cellar, maybe? Brain says trophy room or wine cellar. Alright, we'll try the trophy room first. Undoubtedly, Great Leader has earned many trophies during his long and tenured role as Patriarch of Strutskov. Can I see some? Tributes to his glory would go a long way to impress the outsiders. Are you certain? I would think it'd have the opposite effect. Trust me, everyone loves a winner, a victor, a champion. Very well. This way, please. I'd expect a trophy room to be on the 2nd or 3rd floor, with brilliant floor-to-ceiling windows to allow the light to sparkle off all that gold. But instead she leads me to a fairly unassuming door near the kitchens, and on entering... It's a room with dozens and dozens of human skulls neatly arrayed on the shelves. Many, many shelves on all 4 walls of the room. Just dozens of skulls displayed neatly and precisely. This is our skull room, where Great Leader keeps the heads of all his weak and conquered enemies. The skull room. A room. All skulls. I've been trying to encourage him to diversify his interests into femurs and rib cages, but he has an aesthetic, we'll say. The goal is to eventually to gather enough skulls to assemble a skull throne. Why? For the glory of Khorne, of course. It is not my place to explain the pure rationality and logic of Great Leader's mind. Honestly, it doesn't sound very comfortable, chair, we're told. But as Great Leader wills it, so it shall be. He is destined to sit upon the skull throne. There is only one being worthy of the skull throne. All others will only add to it. Are you certain this will aid in our promotional efforts? I know most political liaisons become unsettled on hearing about this project. Good con artist can fake any reaction. A good con artist can fake any reaction. Well, holy shit, this is creepy. It's like grainy black and white snapshot of some regime's war crime, except I'm inside the photo. I take some pride in the fact that unlike edgelord masks, I don't kill people. I do break property laws, but I try not to hurt anyone. It's the kind of mentality that thinks, hey, a skull throne sounds pretty peachy keen, is a bit alien to me. Miss Doe, you seem concerned. Shit, caught me reacting. Okay. Authentic reaction is fine. You're here to clean up their image and this is a problem. Okay, I've got to be honest. This is not a good look. I know Great Leader wants his skull throne, but if it's going to sabotage any future chance of diplomacy if he finishes this project. I know it's a tall order, but you gotta sweep this one under the rug. Get rid of the skulls, pretend this never happened. That may be difficult. I would be in favour of ending this endeavour, but Great Leader is not to be denied. Okay, I'll try and figure out a good spin we can put on it. One he'll accept. It would be appreciated. Thank you. Hang on. As I'm studying one shelf along the left-hand wall, I notice some scrape marks on the floor in an arced path, and some finger marks in the dust on one specific skull, the one that he took from the journalist he beheaded. Aha, secret passage! I'd bet that lifting that one specific skull triggers the mechanism. That's going to be handy for later. Okay. Okay, so we have an inn. We know where Great Leader keeps his hat. Where do we want to try? Where do we want to try next? I'm tempted to say the gallery. I'm just trying to think of like anywhere that might provide the biggest problem. Well, let's go for the gallery. Strutskov has such... Oh, well, too late, sorry. Strutskov has such an extensive history of art and culture. I'd love to see a sampling of your people's creativity. Excellent choice. This way, please. She leads me along hallways to a lovely little art gallery for varying definitions of lovely. The wallpaper's tasteful, crown moulding on the ceilings and floors, gilded and golden, very opulent. But the paintings themselves... This is a classical oil painting, titled The Tsar Ripped Apart by Wolves. It is our crown jewel. It's very detailed. Feels like I'm actually there, watching the Tsar getting ripped apart by wolves. And here we have the fascinating Impressionist work, titled Stalin Ripped Apart by Wolves. The carnage was painted using a bullet mixture of Bolshevik blood and traditional watercolors. Oh, wow. But if you're more interested in modern art, this abstract title is titled Gorbachev Ripped Apart by Wolves. Wow, Stritskovans really do not like commies, did they? Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I suppose there is a bit of a running theme, yes. The Soviet Union turned us into a puppet satellite. Upon throwing off the yoke, we asserted our creative independence once more. Although they've kind of swapped puppeteers, giving the strings to the CIA. I'm glad I wasn't alive in the 80s. Nothing like waking up every morning wondering if you're about to be vaporized by the Red Menace. It's all wolf-ripping. I pause in front of a massive stone statue of a wolf with steaming entrails dripping from its mouth. Our national animal, the rare albino mountain wolf, a fine symbol of pride of our nation. Do you have any non-wolf related art? Just trying to add some variety to the narrative. I suppose everything's possible. I'll check in the back. One moment, please. I hear my boss go tisk-tisk into my hidden earpiece. Really now, how utterly tacky. Vengeance upon your enemies through art is lovely, but this is a bit crass. Yeah, with all the wolves and the skull throne, I'm expecting to see Lehman at any minute. Mixing blood with your paint is a terrible idea. Do you know how accidental blood rituals happen? Yeah, this is ick. It's very ick. And hiding secret keys in your mysterious mansion sculpture is so 90s. Wait, what? The wolf statue. Those crests along the base of it, they're actually keys. I've seen this sort of thing before. Puzzle box mansions were very trendy once. Good old, Resident Evil. You need... Yes! Two Flower, you and I are on the same wavelength. You'd need a hex crank and an eagle crest and topaz gemstone just to get to the women's lavatory. Curious, I noticed one of those crests indeed has fallen out of its slot. There's a strange keywork design on the back. I'll never turn down a free key. Yoink! Here we go. The vase is an ancient Strutskovian artifact. Lovely detail on the trimming. There are embossed wolves all over it. Well, yes, but they're very small wolves. Wouldn't even notice them from across the room. Do you think maybe too limiting? I would like to show Strutskov as a cultural nexus somehow. Work it into the branding, why not? Oh, this'll work fine as is. Really lean into the whole wolf thing. Go wild on the internet with it. Invest now in wolf memes. Strutskov will be at the forefront of digital culture. Interesting. And you think the youth... and you can get the youth to talk about the rare albino mountain wolf? Did you know that the rare albino mountain wolf can devour a communist in under 12 minutes? Actually, that might play well into the anti-commie red-blooded patriot internet denizens. In the distance I hear the great clock in the atrium chiming. Sounds like a kitchen stove rolling down a hill. Oh dear, I'm afraid that's all the time we have. I was instructed to bring you before Great Leader at this hour. Is your narrative prepared? I have my notes. I was expecting to head back to the hotel, do some prep work for the presentation, maybe come back tomorrow. And my heist, sneak in, sneak out, take the hat, be on the first plane out of here. I'm afraid there's no time for any of that. This way, please. Oh boy. She leads me back into the atrium, and I can't help but notice more of those guys with nasty automatic weapons falling in line behind us. By the time we arrive, the room is packed with soldiers, hopefully an honor guard rather than the execution squad. May I present to you, Great Leader, President for Life of the Nation of Strutskov. Oh yes! Look at that stash! The soldiers part, stamping their boots on the floor as they do, to make a path for the man himself to approach. Yeah, that's definitely a big hat. Kind of a miracle it stays upright, or that he can stay upright. The dictator sizes me up quickly and looks completely and utterly unimpressed. So, you are the one who feels I am not doing a good enough job and must be given a... what do you decadent Westerners say? A makeover? Okay, winning smile, keep up the grift, make them look happy. Sir, it is an honor and a privilege to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule for me. Strutskov is amazing, simply great, and you've done such a great job making Strutskov great again. My role here is merely to help the world understand your excellence, sir. Tell me your proposals, and we will see what comes of them, if anything. You are only here to contribute ideas. I am the one who makes the decisions. I am the leader of Strutskov. My hat is the biggest hat. You do not even wear a hat. That tells me of your ideas are inferior. But I will, as your superior, entertain your hatless thoughts for a time. Okay, well. He stands in silence, practically daring me to speak, so I consult my notebook and run down the list. I think we should start with a photo session in your elegant and tasteful bedroom. Show everyone how well you rest. A rested leader is a leader ready to face the day-to-day challenges. Your art gallery is stunning and could easily go viral. Wolf memes, maybe. We're going to take control of the discourse through relatable content. Okay, need to be real with you. Skull throne is going to be a problem. I know this is a sacrifice, but it would help your image tremendously to abandon the project. Your lovely library gave me a great idea. Reading stories to children. It's a bold PR move. If you open your home and your heart to the next generation, they'll embrace you. And that's all my recommendations for now, but I'd be happy to explore a bit more, perhaps gather final impressions. And he stands there, with the same dour expression he had throughout the entire set of proposals. Your ideas are weak and pathetic and unworthy of a hat. There was almost an interesting concept in there once or twice, but ultimately, no. I reject your proposals. You have wasted my time and yours. I suggest you leave Strutskov and return to whatever liberal nanny state you crawled out of. And should you decide to assist my enemies in the Strutskovian Democratic Liberation Front in their fight, perhaps I will one day add your skull to my throne. Now be gone. He turns sharply to march out of the room, taking his honor guard with him, who notably lead the assistant way at gunpoint. I may have just made things a little tricky for her. Whoops. Given the sharp looks I'm getting from the remaining guards, I think it's time for me to make a swift exit. Being fired is honestly no big deal. The whole thing was a pretense to get the lay of the land anyway. If anything, this helps me make a clean exit. Although making a clean re-entry tonight may be trickier than I thought. I catch a taxi back to the one-star hotel I'm staying at and break the bad news to the boss. My boss awaits in their lair at the other side of the comm line, sounding very, very tired. Okay, comms checked 1-2, are you reading me? Finally, it's 4 in the morning, Feline. I've more than ready to sleep for some time. What took so long? Hey, we're 11 time zones away. Running comms takes extra work. Okay, handing off the call to Penny. Penny, we're online with the virtual chalkboard and ready to go. Hail to my mistress! Good to see you again, even if it is only virtually. Do you have my hat yet? Working on it. I want to run down my reasoning behind the caper first. It is late and the coffee is no longer helping. I don't honestly care how you get the hat as long as you get it. I want to show my mistress how cool I am. Come on, be a sport. Oh, fine. Continue. Here we go. So we've got some good advantages and a free key. So, bad news is that while I learned a lot about Great Leader's great ego, I don't have a solid plan of attack for getting the hat. Then why am I staying up to this ungodly hour for a briefing about how you're not ready? That's because I know just enough to proceed. No caper's 100% planned out, there's always a fudge factor, things you need to improvise on the fly. In this case, there's no way I can clear all the unknowns. It's a unique situation, unlike... It's a unique situation. Another visit may help, or it may just raise suspicions. I've pushed my luck as far as I can go with my image consulted cover story. I'm not welcome back. Plus, it seems he's busy with an insurrection. It's a prime opportunity strike. So, I'm choosing to proceed with imperfect information, because what I do have makes a good starting point. There seems to be a bit of a puzzle box aspect to the mansion. I managed to find some curious key-like items and pocket them. These are going to give me access to inaccessible parts of the building. I should act now before they realise the keys are missing. The place is positively riddled with secret passages. I know the location of at least one in the skull room. There's more to this place than the fancy pants rooms on the floors above. If I'm going to find the hat, it'll be in one of those secret places. But the most critical thing I've learned, his bedroom is a fake. The whole home is fake. He doesn't actually live there. Yet I passed through 3 different checkpoints to get there, didn't I? This is his place of power. He does live there. So how do we explain the paradox? Let's actually keep living in a secret part of the mansion, securely kept beneath his decoy home. To get the hat, I need to infiltrate his true lair, not his silly dollhouse. The prize we seek lies below, and if we plumb the depths, we'll no doubt find it. Excellent work. Keys to the kingdom and a solid idea of where to find our new treasure. Now, I'll grant it's not like we have every detail mapped out, but yeah, it will be enough. I have one request to make of you before you proceed. Sure, what do you need? I need you to be safe. You are an investment in my future, Miss Larceny. An investment and, dare I say it, an ally and a friend. I want my hat. I won't deny that I desire the hat of leadership, but you are to return unharmed with the hat. Understood? Relax, my mistress. I do this for a living. I'm a professional. I'm not going to get caught. Very well, you may proceed. Be back soon, and we'll be Queen Overmistress of Princess Penny of Strutskov. There's no reason to worry. I got this. Heck, the part I'm least looking forward to is the long plane ride back across the globe, hat in tow. But the heist itself, child's play for Gibson and me. Here we go. Bypassing 3 concentric rings of militarised checkpoints is honestly not difficult. They're designed to keep out small armies, not one lone cat burglar. I make it onto the roof of the mansion easily enough, run a zipline from some nearby trees to a satellite dish, and primo, we are rooftopped. Comms check, 1-2. Reading me okay? I'm literally in your backpack. I could hear you without the comm link. Hey, can't hurt to check. You comfy in there? I've got a stone carving of a wolf staring me in the face, but yeah. You sure this thing's gonna be useful? No idea, but probably. Maybe. Who knows? Once we're inside, I'll hook to the Wi-Fi router, see if I can start pinging any phones or devices connected to it. Right, time to pick an entry point. Yeah, we know that the library is safe. From the dust in there, there's no way in hell we'll run into Great Leader himself. It's a showpiece. Remember the latching mechanisms, making it easy to break in, and that's it. All quiet inside. Good, good. Right, we're in. Now to locate the hat. Oh, it's right in front of me. On the head of Great Leader, who is accompanied by a dozen guys with rifles. Great Leader slowly caps, nice and sarcastic while glowering at me. Foolish. Absolutely foolish. Did you really think you could enter my country, sneak into my home, and kill me in my sleep? I was warned you were coming, foolish hero. My friends in the CIA told me you entered Stuttgart this morning. What? Stall, deflect, engage in conversation, make no moves, find your exit angle, work fast. Hey, first of all, hero, I'm a mask, not a cape. It's very offensive being called a hero, my feelings are hurt. Secondly, I'm not an assassin, I am a thief, and I take pride in my work. Nobody dies when I do my thing. Very noble of you. Sadly, I cannot say the same. Many, many, many people who oppose me die horrible deaths. As will you, in time. For now, I will allow you to rot in a cell and ponder how your heroism has led you to this end. Guards, take her away. His personal honor guard flank him as he departs the room, and the dozen-odd armed men close in on me, gesturing with their guns to start walking. Smoke bomb? No, they'd cut me down before I could even toss it. Stall more? No, he's already left. Shit. One of them pushes me along while pulling at my backpack strap. They're gonna take my gear and Gibson! Hey, easy, I'm complying. Ow! When I come to, I'm all alone in a pitch-black cell. Well, fuck. So much for that promise. Can't even apologise because they took my comms earpiece. No gear, no tools, no tricks. They dumped all my stuff out of my backpack before dumping me in here. Including Gibson. If you followed standard capture protocol, he's pretending to be an ordinary pet cat to keep suspicions low. Hopefully they're buying his Meow Meow act. If not, if they know what he really is, they want to rip out his tech. Fuck. Oh, this was a mistake. I'm not going up against rent-a-cops, I was facing a national army. Way less margin for error. What is that quote from? Why do I recognise that? Also didn't bank on the CIA dropping a dime on me. How did they even know I was coming? Are they tracking me? Why? I'm a small-time crook. Oh, it doesn't matter in the end. The how or the why. All that matters is the end result. Penny Larceny, captured. Bill came due. DBZA, aha, I knew I recognised it. Mum would be disappointed to see me now. World-class thief captured, probably about to get tortured and beheaded. So, yeah, probably disappointed in me too. Trunk say the first line, sell the second. Ah. Yeah, sorry, I wish I could have picked better. Come on, there's nothing you could have done. You're an immaterial voice inside my head. You're powerless here. You are powerless, right? When you say that I should be disappointed in you, do you mean that you could have but chose not to act? Could you have stopped this? And what, I'm meant to land in a prison cell? Why do you get to be the arbiter of destiny? Who put you in that role? Damn it, no. I'm not losing my trust in you. I need to try and have some faith, even if hopes were in short supply. Nothing to do now but wait for a miracle. Wait a minute, what is that? Sounds like a fight. And the door's thrown open. On the other side, I see a half-dozen guards unconscious on the floor. Not gonna question it, I'm out of here. Hey! And standing victorious over the guards, it's our girl. Kind of far from home. Hero of Stritskov, Farsight the ubiquitous Laz, has saved you from your unjust incarceration. Your allies wait outside the perimeter. I'll escort you to them. May your struggle for democratic liberation from Great Leader be... Hi again! Penny, what are you doing here? I mean, it's great to see you again, but I'm confused as to why I'm seeing you again. You're not a member of the Stritskovian Democratic Liberation Front, are you? Nah, I'm here to steal Great Leader's hat. So, petty crime. Figures. Hey, it's far from petty. At least call it grand larceny, something more majestic. Wait, what am I doing here? What are you doing here, Farsight? Well, Strutskov's not exactly in your jurisdiction. The heck is a stateside cape doing in 11 time zones away? I'm kinda, well, trying to help the SDLF overthrow Great Leader and install a proper democracy by freeing their leaders from a secret prison? So you're the hero the CIA warned Great Leader about. You must have assumed it was me since I showed up first. Wait, the CIA knows I'm here? And told him? Why would they do that? They're the good... Farsight, darling. Have you ever watched a movie before? Farsight are not... Farsight. They are not the good guys. Oh, wow, you have a lot to learn about international scumbaggery before you go playing a unilateral regime change. There's a reason capes rarely interfere in the politics of a sovereign nation. It's not very heroic, is it? But... Hey, it's cool. I'm not above a little extra-legal foreign wet work. Why should you be? Besides, Great Leader's evil enough to make a mask blush. I'm in favour of him going by the wayside. Yeah, he's bad. Really bad. Just the worst. So, that makes it morally okay for me to do this, right? Sure, why not? Sounds fine here, although I sense some inner turmoil going on. Well, all my heroic peers told me not to do this. I should stick to fighting masks and stopping bank robberies and stuff, but... I wanted to make a real difference in the world. Change things for the better, like a true hero's supposed to. And keeping Mustard Man from stealing balsamic vinegar collection doesn't really feel like it's actually helping anybody. Oh shit, you're the one that got Mustard Man. I like that guy. So I thought, well, I could sneak in, save the leaders of the SDLF, sneak out, nobody had to know. Hey, I'm not going to snitch on you. What do you say we help each other? I get to steal the hat, you get to play saviour. Absolutely. It'll be nice for us to work together, side by side. I really like that. Fortunately, all my gear is in a pile next to the door, except for Gibson. I dump my toys back into the backpack and screw in my earpiece. You're finally back online, and did I overhear that correctly? You're willing to hand our nation over to a bunch of revolutionaries? Are we not seeking to take the hat of leadership and rule Strutskov ourselves? Hang on, Farsight, look, I don't have a lot of options here, boss. I need to get this done. And remember, your main goal wasn't the hat, it was revenge on Great Leader for dissing you. Now you get revenge, a trophy, and good relations with the new regime. Indeed. I would enjoy all three of those things. Very well, aid the resistance, get me my hat, and establish a new diplomatic relations. I'm nothing if not diplomatic. Who are you talking to? I don't snitch, remember? Not your business, but my boss agrees that I should work with you to liberate Strutskov. In return for favours. I see how this works. Yeah, sorry, we're not heroes, we don't do charity. But on the plus side, you get my help and I get yours. Okay, first step is to find my partner. Panda Bear Fancy Feast, do you copy? Meow. Oh, thank goodness, he just sounds annoyed at me. That's better than him being in pain, and he's keeping just the ordinary kitty protocol. Okay, send me some pings if you can. We'll be there soon to rescue you. Hold tight, Fancy Feast. A light clicking sound in my earpiece gives me a good hot or cold signal to know if we're getting closer or further away. It'll have to do. Anything more sophisticated and he risks being revealed as a sentient cyber kitty. Gibson's here? Your pet cat? He's my partner, not a pet. Right, my apologies. His hacking skills might help with the prisoners you want to break out. I say we find Gib first. Yes, we absolutely need to rescue him, and he can lead us right to the SDLF. Lead the way. Alright, time to put today's intel gathering to good use. Neither of us have a map of the place, but the ping I'm getting from Gibson using my natural sense for layers helps us navigate. And once or twice we run across a guard who gets floored by Farsight or one of the smoke bombs to the face before he can sound the alarm. Our first major challenge. A brick wall. He's behind this wall? He's in this general direction. It's not a very accurate system. We usually aren't separated like this. Do you have, like, super strength or eye beams or some shit we can use here? No, all I can see is the possibilities of the Gigaverse. Good for predicting things, otherwise ordinary humans. Do we head back a bit, try a different path? Hang on, stonework's different. More grooves and holes. Keyholes! Well, not standard ones, but check out those triangular recesses between the stones. There's some mechanism built into the wall. Oh, piss. You're gonna do something, do it fast. I think some of the guards we trounced woke up. Okay, let's see. Wolf crest from the art gallery. The crest, of course. Fucking rich shitlords in their fucking puzzle box mansions. I dig the stone key out of my backpack, slot it into place, give it a twist, and bam, we're in. You just had the key with you? A good thief comes prepared. In we go. Once on the other side, the fake wall slams shut behind us and relocks. I can vaguely hear frustrated army dudes on the other side pounding at it. See? No problem at all. Isn't teaming up with me fun? I make this look easy. Yeah, this is really working out great. So where are we now? What is this? On the other side? Aha! I know where we are. It's the skull room. Hooray! The room I really did not want to visit again. Yeah, so Great Leader collects skulls. It's kind of a thing he does. Some people have model railroads. He has a skull room. Maybe they're fake? I'm thinking no. Totally real. If there's a passage in here, it might be another passage out. Gibson's ping is coming from behind the opposite wall. So, how do we open the next secret door then? We should open that door quickly. Open the door, go through, never come back here. Poor dear's not used to actual atrocities. Why would she be? She fights guys like Mustard Man, not Pol Pot. Heroes never face actual evil. As for the secret door, well, one of those skulls has to be a hidden switch. It's pretty bog standard. Pull a thing, door opens. The question is, which one? Yeah, use the one... Again, prior intel. Pick out the skull in question and tug on it, causing a latch to pull, a mechanism to engage, and part of the wall to swing open slowly. How did you know to do that? I scouted the whole place earlier. A good thief does the work to study her mark. Didn't you do some investigation and scouting before you stormed in here? Well, no, not really. I guess it's a cape thing. You're supposed to charge in and do some heroism, relying on your powers to see you through. Lurking in the shadows what masks do, right? Or to try lurking a bit in the future. Could help step up your heroism game. Cleverness is a superpower too. Alright. Looking at the time, and my poor voice is unfortunately suffering, I am going to save here and we will pick up tomorrow again. I just want to give my voice at least a bit of a rest. So let's head on over to the booth and let's see if anybody's about that we can go and say hello to. Here we go. What do we have? We have some Yakuza, we got some Baldur's Gate, some of the new F-Zero, Dungeon Golf, or The First Descendant. You know what? This one is one that we don't get to indulge in much, and they are currently doing a subathon. So we're going to head over to Tomatengu. Okie smokies. So, I will see you all tomorrow where we will wrap up our disposal of Great Leader. And until then, thank you for joining me. Good night, and much love.